I was driving home from work around 2 a.m. The roads were empty, and rain tapped softly against my windshield. I worked late shifts at a gas station outside a small town in Chicago, so driving alone at night wasn't unusual for me. About 20 minutes into the drive, my phone buzzed. It was a text from my younger sister. "Did you leave work already?" I replied quickly. "Yeah, why?" A few seconds later, 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, and appeared again. Finally, her message came through. "Don't stop for anyone tonight." I frowned at the screen. Before I could ask what she meant, another message arrived. "Mom had a nightmare about you." I laughed nervously and tossed the phone onto the passenger seat. My family was always superstitious. The highway stretched endlessly ahead of me. No cars, no lights, just darkness and rain. That's when I saw her. A woman standing on the side of the road. She wore a long gray coat, completely soaked from the storm. Her black hair covered most of her face, and she held one arm out, weakly, like she needed help. I slowed down instinctively, but then I remembered my sister's message. "Don't stop for anyone tonight." I hesitated. The woman slowly lifted her head toward my car. Even from a distance, something looked wrong about her face. I pressed the gas pedal and drove past her. As I passed, she suddenly smiled. Not a normal smile. Too wide. Way too wide. I felt chills crawl down my arms. A few seconds later, I checked my rearview mirror. She was gone. Completely gone. I swallowed hard and turned my music louder. Then I heard it. A soft whisper behind me. "Why didn't you help me?" My entire body froze. I slowly looked into the rearview mirror again. A woman was sitting in my back seat. The same woman from the road. Her wet hair hung over her face and muddy water dripped onto my seats. I slammed on the brakes so hard, the car skidded sideways. When I turned around, the back seat was empty. I could barely breathe. My hands shook violently as I grabbed my phone to call someone. Anyone. No signal. Of course, the rain became heavier. That's when my radio suddenly turned on by itself. Static filled the car. Then a voice came through. A woman whispering, "Look behind you." I shut the radio off instantly. My heart pounded so hard, it hurt. I kept driving, trying not to panic. Then I noticed something terrifying. Footprints. Wet footprints. Starting from the back seat and ending directly behind my seat. Something was sitting right behind me. I could feel it, breathing near my neck. Slow, cold, wet. I stared straight ahead, too afraid to move. Then the whisper came again, right beside my ear this time. "You should have stopped." I screamed and swerved the car off the road. The vehicle crashed into a ditch. Everything went black. When I woke up, it was morning. Rain had stopped. Police officers stood outside my car asking if I was okay. I stumbled out, dizzy and confused. One officer looked disturbed. He asked me a strange question. "Did you pick someone up last night?" I immediately said no. The officer exchanged nervous looks with the others. Then he pointed toward the back of my car. There were muddy handprints all over the inside windows. And written across the fogged rear glass were 4 words. "I'm still here."